Hello, 171 class. This is another example from your Chapter 2A homework set. This is 2.3, problem number 18. So what we're being asked to do here is, again, understand zeros and understand graphically what zeros look like. So I see here I got a -1, a +1, and a +2, where these things touch or cross the axis. Okay, so those are going to be my zeros. Part A, it asks it this way, but then when you get down and actually have to answer it, it doesn't exactly tell you which, specifically ask what the multiplicities are yet. So when you get down here, it says list the zeros whose multiplicity is even. Well, it's even if it turns and touches. So it turns and touches here, it crosses. So this is even, and then the other two over here are odd because of it crossing. So -1 is the only one that has even multiplicity. Alright, and then list the zeros whose multiplicity is odd. The 1 and the 2 are odd. Alright, and then write an equation that expresses the product of the factors of a polynomial function for the graph. Alright, use a leading coefficient of 1 or -1. Well, this rises left and it rises right. So this is an even degree. So if it does the same thing on both ends, it's even degree. And since it's up and up, that means it's positive leading coefficient. So we're going to use 1 as our leading coefficient. So we're going to use these three zeros, and each of them gets x, and then minus the 0. So minus -1, -1, -2. Okay. Now we'll write x minus -1 as x plus 1. Okay, now it also says make the degree of f as small as possible. This is where the multiplicities come in. Here it turns and touches. So for the smallest possible thing that it could do here, because it's turned and touching, is a 2. Okay, if it opened a little bit wider, now if it came down sharper and it turned and opened a little bit wider but still touched, then possibly we could say 4. But here, since we're being asked to make the degree as small as possible, we'll say that -1 is what makes this 0, right? And it's even degree, so we're going to say that that's a power of 2. Okay, remember the multiplicities are the exponents on these things. Alright, now the other two are odd degree. If you notice, when we cross here, we just go straight across. We don't slow down and then go across. We just go straight across. Alright, so I want to illustrate something to you with the calculator. If I make y equals x to the first, right, odd degree, and I graph it, notice it just goes straight across. Oops, let me hit zoom 6. It just goes straight across at the origin. Alright, just doesn't turn, doesn't slow down. Now, if I make that go from the first power, which is odd, to the next biggest odd number, cubed, it doesn't go straight across. It kind of goes up and curves and slows down and then crosses. And then the bigger I make that odd power, the longer it takes to make that turn. It kind of flattens out more and more and more and more and more. Alright, it's steeper coming up, but then it flattens out more and more and more when we're in there, and when we make our way to the origin. Until finally, if I made this like, 11, it would be really tight, and it would just look like it turns horizontal. Like it's almost like it's turning at a 90-degree angle, but it's not. It's flattening out really really close to the origin before it crosses. Okay, but again, when it's a smaller odd number, like 3, again, it doesn't take as long to cross. Okay, so the bigger the odd number, the flatter that it gets before it crosses. Okay, so we're going to let this one over here, because it's just crossing straight through, we're going to let that be 1. Okay, so 2 makes this one 0, and it goes straight across, so we're going to make that a 1. But this one, it flattens out and then crosses. So that wouldn't be a 1. That would be bigger than a 1. But since it says as small as possible, we'll make that a 3. Alright, so that's how you know what power to pick with these. If it flattens out, pick a bigger odd number. If it turns and touches, pick an even number. If it turns and touches, for instance, if it turned and touched like this, if it flattened out a lot further here, then I would pick a bigger even number. Okay, but it didn't. It turned and touched and rapidly turned around, so I just picked 2. Alright, and then the y-intercept, that one's easy. You just look where it crosses the y-axis. So the y-intercept is 2. 0, 2, or on this particular problem they're looking for just a number there. Alright, 2. Okay, so that's how you do this problem. You just make sure that you have the powers correct on there.